Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a midweek review reviewing the Championship and CarabaoCup action this week, and starting off with Wednesday, the sole Championship game of the week. Coventry 1, West Brom 0, and dramatic late finish in this goal, 93rd minute, Victor Gyökeres with a penalty to earn West Brom the win. And on the whole, I would say it was a deserved win for West Brom. They really piled on the pressure, got their reward in the end, and it's a big win for them, takes it back into 8th place, and only a point off the pass with multiple games in hand. Great result for them. West Brom, though, they can't beat themselves up on it, not their best performance we've seen after Corban, but still massively improved from the Bruce days. But moving on into the Carabao Cup action, starting off with Southampton 2, Lincoln 1. Not the best performance from Southampton here, but they got through an own goal from Bazzino in the second minute, gave Lincoln the lead, but Che Adams equalised in the 25th minute. There's some horrendous misses for Southampton, one from Adams where he tried to go around the goalkeeper, one from a dozy as well, where he missed an open net. But in the end, Che Adams in his 74th minute, that man again, gave Southampton the winner, and he held on. Not Southampton's best performance, but enough to get them over the line. They'll be happy with that, but Lincoln can be proud. They put off a good fight. Moving on then to MK Dons 0, Leicester 3, a bit more comfortable win for a Premier League side. Tielemans and Perez, Vardy with the 3 goals for Leicester. And yeah, in the end, a confidence display for Leicester. Really good sign, really, to be honest, when you consider it's their first match in over a month, really, first competitive match in over a month. So they'll be very encouraged by that, I think. And yeah, on the whole, just delighted with it. But for MK Dons, not maybe the best performance we've seen from them, but I think the fight for them this season is really all about staying up in League One, isn't it? Moving on then to Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 0 at St James's Park, and yeah, the only goal of the game came in the 67th minute through an Adam Smith own goal. So yeah, not really a clinic, but Newcastle on the whole, I think they created much more than Bournemouth, and on the whole probably were the better side. So yeah, a deserved win for them, I would say. And they'll be really pleased by that. Into the last 8, 2 games from Wembley, can't really complain. But for Bournemouth, can't really have the excuse of they were going up to speed and the other team weren't. But yeah, it really did look like that. But moving on to Wolves 2, Gillingham 0, bottom of the Premier League versus bottom of League 2. And yeah, Jimenez and Ain't Nori with the goals. It wasn't a bad performance from Wolves, I suppose. Just took them a while to get the breakthrough. But yeah, they just kind of dominated proceedings. Gillingham, though, keeping it down to 2, I would say it's probably pretty respectable from them, really. But yeah, I mean, not in this game really, until the Wolves goal went in. They were just looking for the breakthrough and eventually found it. Moving on then to Wednesday's action, and starting off with Blackburn 1, Forest 4 at Ewood Park. Johnson in the 13th minute gave Forest lead before Walton equalised on the stroke of half time, but goals from Lingard, Awanye and Johnson in the second half made it 4-1 to Forest. And yeah, in the whole, this was a absolutely commanding performance from Forest. They were outstanding here. Blackburn kind of focusing on the league, obviously in their aspirations of making it back to the Premier League. But yeah, this was a big performance from Forest, and one that will definitely give them confidence heading into the Premier League. Moving on then to Charlton versus Brighton. The game finished 0-0. Charlton, fair play to them. They had to put up with a lot of pressure throughout the game, held off brilliantly, and forced its penalties. And the first 3 penalties were missed. There's some pretty shocking penalties in this one. One from Raksaki, I think it was, who took a particularly bad penalty. But yeah, I mean, in the end, Charlton eventually in the 7th penalty, Kaisudo missed his, Lavelle scored his, and Charlton went through, maybe against the odds, but 2 games from Wembley now. Unlikely to happen, but brilliant cut run for Charlton, who aren't having the best season for them off the pitch. And moving on then to the final game on Wednesday, Manchester United 2, Burnley 0 at Old Trafford. Ericsson and Rashford with the goals. And yeah, in the end, pretty dominant performance from United. Rashford with a beautiful goal. But yeah, in the end, stats might not show it's a dominant performance, but I think United were always in control here. Probably didn't get out of second gear, and in the end, it was still enough to get them through. For Burnley, obviously, this is always going to be a long shot to get a result here, and I think all the focus on them is getting back into the Premier League, which is obviously looking very good at the moment. Finally, in the big fixtures around, Manchester City 3, Liverpool 2 was the score at the Etihad. Haaland, of course, with the goal in the 10th minute. Carvalho equalised 10 minutes later. In the second half, it was a dramatic start. Mahrez in the 47th minute gave City lead before Salah equalised immediately, but 10 minutes after that, Ake got the winner. And yeah, really, this was domination from Man City. I'm surprised the gap was only 1 goal, because really it seemed bigger than that. But City, yeah, just adapted to life better. Obviously, may take a bit of time for Liverpool to get going again, but City here, I think, just showing that they're better than Liverpool this season, quite frankly. But anyway, guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. No thoughts, comments down below. And follow on for daily football news and subscribe to my channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.